Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh and this is Working Man Reads. I hope everyone has had a great week. I'm going to move up a little bit here. I'm like all over the place. But today I'm going to be doing a Friday Reads. And yeah, so what have I been reading? What am I planning on reading this weekend? The wife and I are going to have a little date night Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, where we're just literally chilling. So we're going to drop the girls off at one of our parents' house, I think mine. And thank you. Free babysitting is always good. But yeah, so we're just gonna probably just lay low, and I think we're ordering out some food, and we're gonna. I look so fluorescently white in this lighting condition. Wow. But I need summer. I need summer to come here. But yeah, we're just gonna hang out. We're gonna read. We're gonna watch a movie, and then Sunday we're gonna try a coffee shop, our favorite coffee shop, and we're gonna go read there and get some fresh coffee and breakfast and just relax and try to spend time together. That's important as a married couple, as us married folk know. So what am I going to read the last couple days of this week and probably the beginning of next week is I'm going to be continuing on this a little bright. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to be reading Planetside. And this is by Michael Mammy. Now, this is kind of a story of, it's like a military sci-fi, but basically this gentleman is old retired Lance Corporal, sergeant or something, and he has been sent to another planet to locate a lost soldier. And basically, there's a little bit of bureaucracy and politics and trying to navigate to try to locate this young man. And I guess according to the synopsis on the back, it's in order to kind of stop a war from happening, maybe with locals or aliens or something like that. I haven't really gotten that far. I think I'm on, let's see, what chapter am I on? Chapter 7, so I'm really not that far. So I'll be reading more of this sci-fi tonight, and then I will also be reading some more manga. I have read the first 4 volumes in the Demon Slayer series. I loved them. I loved them just looking at the artwork. The 4th one's upstairs because I just finished it. And then we got the 3rd one, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. So I read all those. I'm going to be reading the 5th one. And this looks to be a new character to me, so I would assume he has not been on the show. So yeah, I'm excited to get into that. And then I'm also reading this manga. My bookmark is gone. I'm reading Nuragami. And basically, this is a story. It's kind of so far it's a little childish, but the premise is cool. That there's gods among humans and people with powers, and they kind of open this realm where there's monsters. I should probably show you some of the artwork, but so like this, you got this creature that normally the people can't see. So I do like the artwork; it's pretty cool. I'm not very far into this one, probably only a fourth of the way. I'm going to go to the first of the Demon Slayer books to show you some of the artwork because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but this is by far my favorite manga series. Just, it's absolutely beautiful. And the storyline is pretty awesome. It's about this young man trying to, basically demons are real, and then there's these people called Demon Slayers, and they fight off demons, which I don't know why I need to explain that. It's pretty self-explanatory. But he is trying to save his sister, and her name is Nezuko, and she becomes a demon. And the whole plot line is basically him trying to find a cure to make his sister not a demon again. So there's that. That's Demon Slayer. And in a nutshell, that was a pretty brief explanation of it. I'm also reading a little bit of nonfiction. I'm finishing up an audiobook on Vladimir Putin. I'll put this here if I remember. That I'm not sure if I'll listen to it this week, and I might Sunday if I'm chilling. But if we get some snow, I'll probably listen to it when I'm shoveling. But he, it's just a Celsius, no drinks. But so basically, he's a piece of crap. I mean, Vladimir Putin is an authoritarian piece of shit. So I hope he gets taken out of office as soon as possible because, yeah. But this is kind of a biography. It's very clear that the author, can't remember the person's name, despises Putin, which is cool because I also don't care for him. And it's really his backstory about how he was in the KGB, a little brief history of how he came to power, his family life, kind of a little bit of a deep dive into his mental state and who he is as a person, which is basically very shallow, very self-centered, very into his own power and kind of a small guy syndrome. But yeah, enough shade at Putin. I'm also reading this bad boy, which is called Borderland. Look at this powerful image you have on here. I mean, this is his red jacket, but he's wearing a Ukrainian flag. Now, this is by Anna Reed, and it is a journey through the history of Ukraine. So it's just, here, we'll read the back. 1,000 years ago, Ukraine was the center of the first great Slav civilization, Kievan Rus. In 1240, the Mongols invaded the east, and for the next 7 centuries, Ukraine was split between warring neighbors. In this penetrating book, historian Anna Reed combines research and her own experiences as a journalist in the region to chart the country's tragic past and conflicted present, talking to peasants and politicians, rabbis and racketeers, dissidents and parliamentaries, survivors of Stalin's famine and the Nazi labor camps. Reed peels away the layers of myth and propaganda that wrapped the divided land, from the Polish churches of Lviv and the coal mines of the Russian-speaking Donbass, which is the Donbass region. That's the first region that Putin took in this most recent war for no reason, that he decided to take upon them. But I guess you can't say there's really no reason to kill innocent lives at all. I'm very anti-war as a libertarian, but his reasoning, which goes back to the other book that I mentioned previously to this, is that he basically believes that Ukraine is not a sovereign nation. He believes that it is part of Russia and that it's supposed to be part of the mother Russia from the USSR. So that's why it's very conflicting over there. So the Russian-speaking Donbass, from the Glasarian, I can't speak, Shtetlech, Shettlech. Sure, I'm American. We all know this. All right, so to the Tatar. So these are a lot of names I'm not going to know. Borderland explores Ukraine's struggle to build itself a nation identity that faces up the bloody past and embraces all the peoples within its borders. In this expanded and revised edition, Reed brings the history of Ukraine up from the present, including new chapters on the Orange Revolution and the Maidan. Okay, so basically, the invasion of Crimea and the Donbass region. So yeah, there's that. So my battery's dying on the phone, so we gotta hurry it up. But basically, I'm just trying to educate myself on the history of it because, to be honest with you, I've never really I'm young, pretty young, and I've never really cared enough about Europe or the conflicts, or I've really never even paid attention to Ukraine. So I'd like to educate myself a little bit more, read a few books, because there's only so much you can do on Google. This book is called The Atlas 6. It's pretty popular. This is a re-release on Tor, and basically I had heard a lot about it. Well, no, actually I really didn't. I'm not even gonna lie. Now I'm hearing a lot about it, but I really just got it at BJ's Wholesale Club on a whim because it was like $12, $13 or something like that. And I'm like, you know what? I'll try something different. It sounds kind of like YA magical school. The cover I know that it's not tremendously like simplistic. I'm not going to say it's simplistic because there's a lot going on here, but it was a pretty cover. And then I opened it up and I thought that the end pages were pretty fantastic. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. Even this. I'm like, okay, we're going to try it. And I thought it was like a first edition hardcover, but no, it's a re-release of something that was popular maybe on like indie or something, and then she got picked up by Tor, which shout out to the author. So on the back it says, secrets, betrayal, seduction, power, welcome to the Alexandrian society. Now I'm not very far into this. I am on page 79. Each chapter is broken down for individual characters. So you have actual illustrations of the characters, which I think is awesome. I wish more books did this, because it just... But then again, some of the beauty of reading is like imagining the characters as you know what I mean, as you're reading it. But I like that. I like it. Every character in this book, I think, has a picture in here. So I have to see if I can pull up another one here before. But yeah, so this is the Parisi, I think is her name. I believe that's who this is, because that's how I imagined her. Yeah, so that's her. So it's just kind of cool. But basically, each chapter is a character. It's a lot of character work. I would say that it seems like the first 100 pages is really a backstory or a setup of the characters in their individual lives, why they were selected for this secret society, where there is 6 people picked, and basically 5 will graduate. And it's kind of like a secret society class thing where these kids are out of high school, starting to get jobs in society, which I think that this is almost like not a dystopian future, but like a futuristic society. And these kids basically have magical powers. Each one of them has an ability, and the Alexandrian society gathers all this information. They have the archives of information from probably past or previous societies, like, Rome and all those things. And these kids can now access those. Well, I'm not to that part, but I would assume that they're going to be able to access those archives and basically better prepare themselves to use their powers in a cool way. So it's kind of fantasy and sci-fi, maybe sci-fi. I don't really know if it's sci-fi. It's like romancy too, a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, there's a little bit of romance in it. Really, I just thought that tagline was sick when I first glanced at that book. Knowledge is carnage. It is. The more you know, the more of a problem you are for people. So yeah, I'm excited to get into it some more. That's probably the main book I'm going to be reading this weekend. I don't know why I talked about it last, but that's where we're at. So this is going to be, the manga are backwards, but these are going to be the reads. So until next time, it's been Working Man Reads. I hope you guys have a fantastic Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every day after that. Deuces.